Yo, what's going on, y'all? Man, it's just crazy out here that it's just so many Americans that don't want to work. And I know why they don't want to work is because they're tired of getting up early, being robotic, like they commanded just to do a job. It's like it feel like they trapped, they ain't got no freedom. And it's just crazy out here because it is hard out here. Life ain't no joke, but the employers don't treat the workers like they're human anymore. So I can see that because the food prices are getting high and just stuff like that. And it's just, this country is just going crazy right now. I just don't know what's going on. Hopefully it gets better because it's been a long time coming. And eventually we're gonna be in a recession if stuff don't change. So it's just like, how much struggling we gotta endure for our country to start getting back on its feet. Now, I've been looking in the media about President Trump and stuff like that and the stuff he's gonna do. So let me ask you guys this. Are you guys happy with the orders that he's passing? Do you think it's gonna help our country? Do you think it's gonna make it worse? I wanna know y'all take on that because it's just like, it's getting hard at the moment. I just don't know what to do. And jobs just don't wanna pay you like how they used to. You gotta argue the owner down or the upper management down just to even get a raise. But it shouldn't even be like that because the effort and time you spent putting into the company to make the company a better place to work at, it shouldn't be this difficult. So that's my take on it. And then it's just like when you go to work, it's not a peaceful environment. It's more like a hostile environment. So that's why I think people just like fed up. Then a lot of people got children to take care, babysitters to pay and stuff like that. And it's just like, something's got to give. And I wonder, is it ever going to change or is it going to get worse? And Americans, we fed up. Yes, we are. So we just got to figure out ways to make situations better. So that's my take on the situation because it's just like, it's crazy. And then gas is high, so it's just like you got to go back and forth to work. They're cutting your hours. You can't work overtime no more. And overtime is really what it's not cracked up to be anyway, because it's just like you got to work overtime just to make ends meet, just to stay afloat in this economy. Because when you in inflation, your money is not valued no more because prices done went up triple. So you ain't gonna never be able to get out of inflation if your pay don't never go up. So I just don't like the term when people just be saying you living above your means. How are you living above your means if everything is high now? That's all I just be saying. You can't even get food at the grocery store for the right price or anything. It's just crazy out here. And then it's just like, I feel like we just got to do better as the country in general. I wonder, is it really going to pick up or are we going to get more and more in debt? And do they really even care? So that's why it's just like I try to stay focused and start this YouTube channel up because we got to stay focused and have a plan because we need more than one income to survive. So I just get on here and vent, do my thing, tell y'all how I feel on here, and I'm starting to get used to it. But I know it's not going to be right away, but it's just like I came from nothing. So I know how it is to struggle. And we all got situations in our life that we came from. We all trying to overcome our obstacles. So, and this is just my take on it. We just got to figure out ways to adapt in this society because this society feel like it's getting crazy. And I don't know what's going on. And it's just bad out here. Then they trying to make situations worse than what they already is. And I just want some change, because the jobs gotta change to start treating their employees more better. They gotta start treating them like a human instead of just an object. Let's start there. They gotta start increasing their pay, because I remember jobs used to only pay $10 an hour. I don't even know what's the price of minimum wage now. And you shouldn't even still be trying to pay nobody minimum wage no more. That's the crazy part. Because how much is minimum wage? I think $10 an hour, correct me if I'm wrong, and just put the answers at the bottom. But you can't survive off minimum wage no more. You gotta survive off other stuff. So that's why it's just like, life is just crazy. And then jobs that's paying what, $15 an hour, $17 an hour, they still not paying enough, and that junk just crazy. Cause like, when is we gonna get out this financial deficit? When is it gonna change? And I just want y'all to take on that. I'm just venting on the situation, cause I want to see better. Cause it seems like it's just getting worse. So I'm gonna see how this next 4 years, is it gonna change our life? Or is it gonna impact our life? I just wanna know, y'all. Are we wasting time? Or y'all think we doomed out here and ain't nothing we can do about it? We're just suffer in silence. But Americans are just outraged right now, because we want to see better. But let's go back on that take about minimum wage. Yeah, but back then, okay, it was hard back then surviving off minimum wage. And y'all still got minimum wage like at $10? How people supposed to survive? And that's just the crazy part. So I tip my hat off to those workers working at McDonald's and Burger King and stuff like that, because I remember they used to want to raise back then. I don't blame them, because it's hard out here. And then it's like, jobs are hard to come by. It'll take you 8-9 months to get a job before COVID. But when COVID was here, everybody was hiring. You see how that worked? So that's why I was kind of in my feelings when COVID came, because it was hard to find a job before COVID. So I had to wake up and open my eyes. They only really care about you. They really don't care about you. They only want you when it's convenient for them. So that's why I have a right to be in our feelings, and we all have a right to be in our feelings as Americans. So that's just situation on the take. And it's just crazy out here. When is it gonna get better? I almost failed like a couple times. Sorry about that, y'all. I almost failed like a couple times, because it's slippery out here. It's cold. And that's just my take on it. Like, you can't even get the right food no more. And then these clips on the news about how sometimes they recalling grocery foods because the food is spoiled and stuff like that. It's just like, we don't know what to trust. Because we try to do right and go grocery shopping. Then they say the food in the grocery shopping is too high. So it's just like, we don't know where to turn. It got to get better. Because it's just like, I don't know what to believe no more. I feel like everything is just a big program. And they just want us to believe anything now. Because it's just, stuff is not making no sense no more. And I just wonder, am I tripping on that? Or I kind of got a point. So when minimum wage was low, it was hard to get in jobs. Then they didn't want to pay you overtime. And then it's just like, when you was working minimum wage, making overtime, you was only making like $600 a week. So I remember I used to do this job at a plant. I was getting paid like $9 an hour. They used to have us on like 60, 70 hours a week. I was working for a temp service. And the crazy thing, I was really hurting myself, working myself to the fullest. It was real hard manual labor for $10 an hour. I was tired every day. And then it's just like, my checks was only like $600 a week. So it's just like, I couldn't save no money because I had a big car note and stuff like that. And it's just designed just for you to fail. And then I was glad when I didn't go to that job no more. I had to find another job. So I left that job, found another job. And I remember I left that job like a couple of days before I found another one. And I slept so much during that time period. I slept for like, 15 hours? What's going on? I slept for like 15 hours because my body was so exhausted from doing all that work. And then for little pay though, I gotta tip my hat off to myself because I was a trooper back then. And even the people who's punching into those jobs now, making that type of money, they troopers. Because it's just like, I can't do it. I don't mean to sound like I'm difficult, but I just can't do it, man. It is what it is. You ain't finna get down on me. If the math ain't mathing, don't do it. Because at the end of the day, it's about managing your finances correctly and earning the right finances. So if you don't earn that, it's just crazy. And now I'm thinking about getting into cryptocurrency. Is cryptocurrency good for me? Is that a good investment? Or I'm trying to start investing my money in something. Should I go into real estate? But it don't work like that. We got to start preparing for better wealth and changing things. And that's the only way we're going to change. And that's just my take on the situation. I'm just praying things get better. And hopefully situations change. Change for me and you. Because it's crazy out here. People struggling. Even still working overtime, people struggling. It's just like, I don't know what's going on. So hopefully this country change for the better. People going out of town, going to other countries on vacation. I wouldn't even be trying to go on vacation right now. It's so hectic out here. I stay in the country right now. But I ain't never been on a plane anyway. And I'm going to speak about planes in my next video because it's just some strange stuff been going on lately that I've been seeing about these planes. So I'm going to talk to y'all about that in the next video. But back to this topic. It's like, what we going to do? Are we going to just make a plan to survive? Or we just going to stay struggling the next 4 years? Because I want to know. Man, it's cold out there. Had to get back in the car. I'm anemic. And it's just, that's my take on the situation. Like, people are going through real life stuff out here, man. We fed up with it. Like, it's gotta change, man. I came for nothing. So it's just like, it gotta get better out here because it's just like, we can't even have fun no more. Nothing's out here safe to even explore. It's just like, it got me paranoid. Jobs always trying to fire you. I just don't trust nothing no more. I don't trust society. I don't trust jobs. I don't trust nothing. So it's just crazy. So I'm trying to just figure out what I need to do. But I tip my hat off to the people that was still making an honest living, working a 9 to 5, making 10 an hour. Because I think that's what minimum wage is still. I think it should be raised to like 20 an hour, to be honest. All minimum wage should be raised to 20 an hour because I think that'll be a better amount. And then they probably still can't survive off that. That's the crazy part. So I don't know what's going on. Then the housing, the interest rates on the housing and all that is more. So it's like, you gotta get you a fixer-upper. Because if you don't, you living above your means. You don't get you a fixer-upper. And then it might cost you 50, 60, 70,000 to fix it up. So it's just crazy out here. So it's like, I don't know what to do. It's like, I'm praying to get better, but all we could do is just put our faith in God and trust that society will change and change for the better, because I just want to see what these next 4 years going to do. And I just want y'all take on that, because I'm just running out here lost. I just don't know what's going on. It's like every time I look up, there's something crazy going on. And it's just like, I pray it get better. And I wonder, it's just like, is AI going to take all our jobs too? So what happens when AI take all our jobs? Like, what are we going to do? When it's a robot just working in every company. You think that's going to fly? You think that situation going to stick? The AI's taking our jobs, or you think that ain't going to really happen? I've been seeing a lot of stuff on that. So it's just like, I'm trying to learn about finances and stuff like that, so I can put myself in a better predicament, because it's just like, I want to have fun in life now. I mean, I'm not just saying money makes your life fun, but because money ain't everything. Like, because at the end of the day, you got to value your peace over just $1, because all money ain't good money. So if it ain't right, no matter how much money you make, it's not right. So you gotta value stuff like that. But what I'm saying, it'll make your life better if you have money, because you can do stuff and set up stuff, and you need money to live. That's why people make money such a big deal, because you need money to live. If it was just like some stuff like you didn't need money for everything, this country would be better. But you know how that go. This country revolves around money. And it is what it is. So, and once you see how finances and how the world works, you just gotta adapt to it. So that's just my take on the situation. And I just pray it get better, man, because it's just like, it's always something. Like, when is stuff just gonna just be right? Is stuff gonna ever just be right, or I'm just wasting my time wondering if it's gonna be right? I just don't know. I can't even remember when gas was cheap. Gas is just so high, and they used to just blame it on the wars in other countries. That's why this is that, and that's why this is this. So it's just like, I don't know what to believe no more. I think people just trying to get down on us because everybody just want to be greedy. So I just don't know. And sometimes you just gotta realize when somebody's just playing a trick on you, and they're just trying to get you out your money, because you only responsible for you. They ain't gonna care about you and them getting you out your money. That's on you to interpret whether it's real or not. And that's sad, because people just ain't straight up. Jobs ain't straight up. People ain't straight up. Then you got some jobs that'll say, well, you go to an interview, they talking about the job, they ain't mention a pay not one time. They telling you about the job, well, you're gonna be going up, doing this, you're gonna be working a lot of hours, you're gonna be doing a lot of manual labor, you gotta have steel toes and stuff like that. Okay, what's the pay? They acting like they ain't hear you. They still talking about the job. Well, the pay is like $10, but after 90 days, you can get to 12. Man, if you don't get out of here, bro, what people gonna do with that, man? I don't mean to sound like I'm greedy or entitled, but no. You gotta be real out here. And it's just like, you willing to work for the money, so you want to be paid fairly and accordingly. It's not like I ain't doing nothing. Like I always tell people, if you making money, any dollar you ain't got to work for is good money. But if you got to go out there and work for it and really put your physical abilities to the test and stuff like that, you want to be paid fairly. And there shouldn't be an issue with that. When companies don't want to pay you and they don't want to be straight up, that's already a red flag going in the door. So it's like, nope, take the next job. But it's just like, you gotta deal with that everywhere you go. And that's why a lot of people are just like leaving their jobs, because it's just like they starting to wake up. Just like even when COVID hit, I seen a lot of people working at companies and stuff like that, IHOPs and whatever. As soon as COVID hit, everything shut down. And then people were struggling. They had to get that stimulus money just to stimulate the economy because everything was going bad. It's just like, as soon as COVID hit, and I went to those same restaurants and stuff like that, those people was gone. Because they woke up and realized that they was getting taken advantage of. Because when they got on unemployment and stuff like that and they job went down, they was making more sitting at home than working. But if they haven't experienced that crisis before, they never would have woke up. They would have just been stuck there. And that's why I always tell people we got to change our mindsets, because we really thinking we got something good, but we really don't. And you would just be there and don't open your eyes until it's too late. So having the COVID happen, they would have still been there punching that clock at that job. So once they got laid off and then they got that stimulus check, they was getting way more not working than working. So now, next time they got a job, they look for better jobs. They was like, well, it got to make sense. And it's just like, ain't nothing wrong with that. So that's just my take on the situation. It's just crazy out here, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Will society get better or it's going to get worse? And that's my take on it, because I'm just seeing a lot of crazy stuff. And stay tuned for my next video.